Here's what's happening.
Welcome to this week, maybe this month in Caldwell County. I'm joined by Eric and Keegan.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about some events coming up in the month of October. Maybe some this week, maybe some a little further out.
Well, it gives you time to plan.
Yes, planning.
So this is planning.
And before we start, we've got to give a shout out to Miss Kathy Stafford. This was
Lord.
her idea.
Yeah, this was her
Kathy,
idea.
if it's good, thumbs up. If it's bad, it's all on us. So there you go.
Well, she's being nice about it. I was going to blame her, but there you go.
No, we never blame Kathy. Never, ever, ever.
Never. But anyway, she saw the one we did about the best of and so of Caldwell County, and so she was like, "Y'all just need to sit and talk anyway."
That's the best thing we can do, man. That's what we're qualified to do.
That's what we're qualified.
It is what we do best.
We can talk with the best of them.
Yeah, and she was even okay with me like talking about her eating hush puppies.
Hey,
So
know.
she, so that was good.
I mean-
I didn't get in trouble for that.
ain't nothing wrong with hush puppies.
She said, "You're going to rat me out right here in a minute, aren't you?" That's what she said.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
So-
So what is going on this week or in the month of October?
Well, I think we could probably start by talking about awareness type things.
Okay.
It's always something month.
It's always something month, and the one I wrote down is October is Fire Prevention Month. Specifically, coming up October 9th through whatever the end of the week is Fire Prevention Week.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And we'll, like, that week, I think we've got a Board of Commissioners meeting on the 10th. So that week, if you want to go to that, or come to us, usually they declare it Fire Prevention Week or something in Caldwell County. The commissioners usually do, seems like.
And with Fire Prevention Week, that week was chosen because that is the time of the Great Chicago Fire.
Oh, really?
That's why it's that particular week.
We learned that wonderful bit of information from the Gamewell Fire Department episode that we did with Caldwell County today.
Yeah.
So give that a watch too.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. What else you got?
Let's see. October's also Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yeah,
Breast
I knew it was
cancer
that. And so, if you've had, most people have had somebody in their life that's been affected by breast cancer. And my mother-in-law was a survivor of breast cancer the remainder of her life, but she was for like over 15 years. So she did really good. So if you catch it early, you get tested, and then you can survive that.
Yeah,
So,
the mammograms might not be fun, but it's worth it to catch breast cancer early.
Yeah.
There's
And
our prevention message.
that's another one of those things ladies go through that guys have no idea. We got no idea.
Guys can
Don't
get
wanna
breast
know.
cancer. It's just not
You
as common.
can. It's not as
can.
common.
No.
Yeah.
But
So there you go.
yeah. It's also, I think it's also domestic violence.
It is domestic.
Prevent domestic violence
Yes,
month.
Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Awareness month. So that's going on as well. Like I say, it's always something month. It's always something month.
And there's so many important things that we need to be aware of or we need to be thinking about, and so many causes that you could be supporting or learning more about.
Absolutely.
Well, all right.
All right. What events do we have going on?
Well, it's that time of year that everybody starts thinking about this, and this is something from the Caldwell County Health Department that they have flu shots available. If you want to get your flu shot, you can stop by the health department between 8 and 5, and you can get your shot, or you can call them if you want to call them at 828-426-8400. That's 828-826-8400. Then you can schedule an appointment for your flu shot. They also have COVID booster shots if you want to get that done, or if you're against it, whatever your personal choice, but I mean, that's up to you. But you also need to call for an appointment for those. That's 828-426-8400. And then they're doing Pfizer's on, they're doing Pfizer shots on a certain day, which I think is Wednesday, and then they're doing Moderna shots on Thursday. So you can get those two things taken care of. Last year, I got the COVID shot in one arm, I got the flu shot in the other arm, and I was good to go. So, I mean,
You had
you know,
a needle in each arm.
I had a needle in each arm.
I've had my COVID shots from the health department, and I just had a flu shot this year from the health department. You know, they make it as painless as possible.
And yeah, I've got my flu shot. I still need to get my COVID shot, but the flu shot lady at the health department, I didn't even feel it. And then like 2 days later, I wake up on this arm and I'm like, oh yeah, I got a flu shot. But it didn't hurt. It wasn't crazy, but it was just like, so, but you can get 2 shots in one day, but that's up to you. But I didn't get sick last year when I did it, and I'm an old man. I'm 55. So,
So it is that time of year.
It's that time of year. Go ahead and prevent it. Get ready for the holidays because everybody's coming to your house. Mm-hmm. You know it. They do every year.
Every year.
You get ready for Thanksgiving. People you don't want to come to your house, they're coming to your house. And then, I'm just kidding, but that's, Thanksgiving was always our holiday for drama in my family for some reason. Something always, not really Christmas, but something always happened at Thanksgiving.
Oh, they gave you a month so you could settle all your disputes and get better by Christmas. Right?
Yeah, or I'm not cooking this year. Y'all gonna have to go find a turkey somewhere.
Yeah, we had the year my uncle microwaved a turkey. I don't recommend that. Microwaves, you just come out, do it in the microwave.
I'm pretty sure that's like a federal offense.
Now, it seems like if it was a turkey sandwich, that would be okay.
Well, it would have been okay, but I will tell you, this is what happened. We never went back to his house for Thanksgiving, so maybe his plan worked.
Well, that's true. You
Maybe that's what he
ruin
wanted.
everybody's Thanksgiving one time. They're not going to give you a second shot.
You don't get a second shot, so there you have it.
So was it undercooked in some places and really overcooked in
Yeah,
some
it was-
places? Because as
it
a
was
microwave tends to do, like with a bag of popcorn.
And rubbery.
And rubbery. Ew. Ew. Ew.
Anyway, there you have it.
So what else you got?
What else have I got? Let's
I'm just kidding. I mean,
yeah, we're just
going
jumping
through
around
this.
everywhere. The Happy Valley Humdinger 5K is coming up on October 22nd. So if you want to run before Thanksgiving, this might be your chance.
If you're more of a workout person.
If you're a workout person, Happy Valley Filling Station Facebook page is where you can go for more information on that. It's a good 5K running along the Yadkin River.
Yeah.
And like y'all said, I mean, a 5K, what, 3 miles?
It's 3.5 or something like that.
Three-
It's a little
so
over
it's-
3 miles.
It's not.
It's not as scary as it sounds. I think people, when they hear 5K, they're like, "Oh my God, 5,000 steps!" Or
Nah, and
I
they're
don't know
not
exactly.
gonna they're not gonna like stand there with a stick and make you run. I mean, if you want to jog and stop and jog and stop, or you want to walk, you might come in last, but you'll still
Yeah, you finished
You've done it.
That's an accomplishment.
You're beating everybody that's sitting at home on the couch.
It's true.
That is true.
Good to know.
And you're getting pizza afterwards. at
Yeah,
the filling
you
station.
end at
Oh, yeah,
the Happy
you-
Valley Filling Station, which I still haven't been to, but I hear great things about. So you end there.
Well, see, you can do it. You can do the 5K run.
I could do the 5K run.
I'm just kidding.
I could.
She could. Now, also that day, that's Saturday, October 22nd, but also that day, there is going to be a fish fried chicken meal at the American Legion Post 392 in Hudson. That's on Legion Road in Hudson. And the plate is only $10 for an adult or $5 for a child. And they are going to take cash and debit cards, so you can bring your electronic money. Does anybody actually carry cash anymore? I mean, I always have to stop and get it if I'm going to do something like that. Anyway, a plate includes your fish or chicken, as your choice, and then fries, coleslaw, hush puppies, a dessert, and a canned beverage. So you can get all that stuff. If you want more information about any of that, you can call 493, it's 828-493-7048, and give them a holler if you want to know more about it. But it is going to be Saturday, October 22nd at the American Legion Post 392.
Okay.
And a good fish fry. Wow.
Ain't nothing wrong with a good fish fry.
Get your fish
Nothing
fried
wrong
or 5K,
with
baby.
I mean, hush
that is-
puppies, coleslaw.
That's the second time you mentioned hush puppies.
It's all about the hush puppies, man.
Okay, I'm going to go with Kathy here. I do love some hush puppy.
Nothing wrong with a hush puppy.
Nothing wrong with that.
All right, it's about that season. Y'all have to have trick or treat events, trunk or treats. What's going on with those?
Actually, I don't have that many coming up that I know of, but I know they always do the downtown, the Mad Hatter's walk that they do downtown. And the reason I know this is because the kids come through our building. So
There you
we do
go.
have, and for some reason, Tax and the people up on the street, we're in the basement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The people up on the street tend to do more for that and be ready to hand out candy and such. But I'm not sure what day that is.
I think it's the 29th. I think that is the Friday before Halloween.
And see,
I
can
think
we all
it's
just
that day, but I'm not sure.
can they not just change Halloween to like the Saturday
Yeah,
before
it
the
needs to be-
31st, the
it needs to
last
be a weekend
Saturday in
Yeah,
October or something? Just get over with like they do the Thanksgiving.
I think Monday might be the worst day to have Halloween. That might be the worst day.
No, Wednesday, because people don't know what to do because they don't know what
Oh.
they're sinning to go out and do
And
the trick or treating.
or church.
Or Sunday or Wednesday, then they're like it just really stumps people. And then and when I worked in the TV station before, people would call, what day are they doing? What day are they doing Halloween? I'm like, whatever day you can get somebody to give you free candy, man. It's entirely up to you.
I mean, if I could get that today, I would be going around going, "Hey, give me some free
Yeah,
candy."
give me some candy. I mean, everybody likes free candy.
But churches are doing things for
Yeah, you got your trunk or treats. Hudson First, we always took the kids to Hudson First because, we went there. But then they also had a huge trunk or treat, and it was a lot of fun. And
Sweet.
they had free hot dogs and stuff.
Oh man,
So,
you can get a meal out of it.
I think Lower Creek Baptist here in Lenore is
yeah, they
doing
do a big one.
a fall festival. I don't know if it's just trunk or treat fall festival, but it'll be a big thing.
And sometimes they have bouncy house and stuff when my kids were coming up. So
Some of the fire departments, I know Gamewell Fire is doing, because when we talked with them, they were talking about theirs is a drive-through. So you drive through the,
Oh, wow.
the fire bay, get your candy, and I think they've even got some glow-in-the-dark water bottles or something they're giving out.
Party
oh,
favors.
cool.
Party favors there. A lot of it will be taking place that last Friday in October.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
All right.
Keegan, what's the Halloween costume for this year?
Well, the Halloween costume for this year is Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Really? So
Like Scoob.
well, we gotta get personal now. What's Peyton going to be then?
Scooby.
Scooby? She's going to be Scooby? Okay. Just wondering.
I knew Keegan would have a costume now.
He would already have it. Oh, you already
I also
got
have a
it.
Spider-Man outfit, but I mean, I don't
Yeah, I
know.
know, but I mean,
I know.
have you already got your Shaggy outfit? Did you know this is it? And-
I mean, it's just a green shirt and brown.
oh, okay. You're doing that.
Okay.
I just wear the hair down.
Which I always thought, growing up as a kid, because I grew up when they first come out, I was like, I always thought when I saw him, even though he had on brown pants and everything, I always thought he was in like an old army uniform, like he had been in Vietnam or something.
Interesting
Or he was
thing.
like, because a lot of people in those days,
Right.
they wore the old army outfits. And it was
Right.
like he's in the green shirt and he's got, but they, Hanna-Barbera tried to make it a little lighter than that. So
Yeah. And let's talk about how far Halloween costumes have come, because remember as a kid, I mean, we could make our own, but if you went to the store and bought one, it was plastic.
it was the Ben Cooper in a box. And it was and it's people are feeling retro about it now. So I know at Target they have some of the Star Wars ones, but it was a plastic face mask. It was the vacuum form mask,
Hotter than Hades.
hotter than Hades, low visibility, could not breathe, steamed up, and then you had like a smock that had absolutely nothing to do with your character that looked like it would be a picture of the character. Like if you had Darth Vader's face mask, then it had Darth Vader's picture on your chest, not his chest plate and all that stuff. It never looked anything movie accurate. It was just heartbreaking. Heartbreaking
It
as a
was
child.
basically a trash bag.
Yeah, and it was supposed to be, some of them were supposed to be non-flammable, but then there was reports that they weren't. Like some kids get too close to the jack-o'-lantern and became the Human Torch instead that Halloween.
Well,
You know,
Stars.
our Halloween costumes did not last long enough for you to keep it and play in.
And I was a kid that was terrified of the Halloween outfits because I had two older sisters, and they had the Ben Cooper boxes in the closet in the bathroom, and one of them was Cinderella, but the Cinderella face had like flocked hair on it. It had like fuzzy hair, and I was terrified of that one. I
can see why.
I had a rip-off Spider-Man one, and I was terrified of that. And I'm trying to think what Deanna had. I think we had a scarecrow or something. It was
But
something
picture
weird.
these with vacant eyes. I mean, most of our viewers, I think you know exactly what we're talking about. But
Yeah, it's an old Ben Cooper costume, but
Black vacant eyes.
I mean, they were just.
But when she was talking about, we're sitting here talking, and she's talking about, the Halloween costumes and how far they come. I was thinking, slutty nurse, slutty maid. There was all this stuff that we didn't even consider doing as
No,
kids.
you go to Party City and you just walk down that aisle, or one of those Halloween costume places, you're just going to go, your eyes are going to bug out.
They're not dressed for fall.
They are not dressed for fall. They are dressed for some kind of freaky Greek party, sorority, fraternity, something like that. I don't know.
And I did see that Spirit Halloween is open. If you go to Hickory, they have a Spirit Halloween store, which is over near the Big Lots on Highway 70. If you're really into that stuff.
Yeah.
Also, if you're really into that stuff, there is a Tiny Terror convention that is going to be in Hickory on Saturday, October the 15th.
Okay.
And so at the Hickory Metro Convention Center, tickets are a little pricey. It's going to be from 10 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon. But the tickets are a little pricey for around here. They're $15. But the reason they are is there's a lot of actors from horror movies going to be there. One of them is one of the guys that played Michael Myers in the movie. He was a stunt man that's really tall, and you can get your picture made with Michael Myers. Yeah. So it's that kind of a thing. You're probably going to have to plunk down some change to do that, but plus your $15 of getting in. But if you're really into horror movies and this is your time of year, man, the Tiny Terror Con is going to be in Hickory on Saturday, October 15th, and they're on Facebook if you want to look that up, Tiny Terror Con. And they're trying to do some stuff down there. I think it's the guys that run Time Tunnel that are doing it. And so they're trying to get some actresses and actors, because I think there's a couple actresses that are going, a couple of scream queens, but nobody I knew right off the bat. So that's going on.
All right, I gotta shout out Jeff Link on this one.
All right.
The Cobra Classic at Cedar Rock, and it's October 14th. And just watch my show with Jeff Link, and we'll talk all about Cobra athletics and everything going on with them.
So that's the Friday before the Tiny Terror Con.
Yeah.
And that is to support
CCNTI athletics. So
yeah, maybe time to get yourself into a golf game there.
Yeah.
Not really sure.
Yeah, you can get in, or you can be a sponsor of the actual thing. And I'm sure Jeff Link will take you money if you really want to donate to CCNTI.
Yeah, I mean, help out the Cobras and support your local team.
And they've had a really good basketball season last year.
Yes, they did.
So.
They won.
Yeah, so it's
Cool deal.
There's lots of athletic stuff going on around here, and help out the Cobras. And
I mean, high school football, that's going on every Friday night.
Yes, it is.
Speaking of athletics.
Yeah, something going on every Friday night.
Now let's have this debate, okay? It's looking like South is the best team in the county.
I would think so.
Yeah, okay. I figured it was, but it's always High-Brighton giving them a run for their money, so I guess we'll determine.
Well,
they haven't played yet, have they?
Now what?
They haven't played yet, have they? South High-Brighton this year?
I don't think they have yet.
Yeah.
But anyway, High-Brighton is in a transition year, as they say. They lost a lot of seniors last year, and it's it's one of those transition years. They got some good players. So,
My Warriors have been transitioning for like 10 years now.
Let's go Warriors, man.
We still love you.
We do.
Yeah.
A lot of
They've
love.
been transitioning since 1985.
Not quite that long.
I'm just kidding. Whenever Biggerstaff left, I'm sorry. Tough luck, Coach Styron. I remember Coach Styron being there for a while. We used to go and interview him and a few other folks. If you're into women's issues, and who's not, and it's Breast Cancer Month. Caldwell Women's Forum is having 2 events on one day, and they're both on Tuesday, October 18th. You can go in the morning to an 8 a.m. event that they're having. It's called Caldwell Women Speak, and then they're also going to have, with a breakfast, and then they're also going to have a 6 p.m. event, which is going to be just across the street at the Laurel Park Women's Center. So, and they're going to have some folks talk there. But anyway, if you're interested in that, you can go to the Chamber's website and find out about that, because it's the women's forum that they operate.
And I have been to a couple of the women's forum meetings. They do them every month.
Yeah.
And very good information coming out of that.
Yeah,
Nice.
and they do want you to register by October 14th, so they got a good count of who's going to be there and what's going on. But they have the 8 a.m. event and the 6 p.m. event, so whichever one fits you better. Also, something this time of year that we always talk about
We do talk about it.
is elections.
Elections is happening.
Get out and vote, people.
Get out and vote. Let your voice be heard. But the 747 Business Networking Group is going to have a Meet the Candidates thing going on Friday, October 21st at 7:45 a.m. So you can come out and meet some of the candidates if you want to do that. So.
And speaking of elections, just because I just did a Facebook post that hopefully you'll see this week, absentee ballots, you can send in your request for those now, and those ballots are being mailed out. And October 14th is the last day to register to vote if you want to vote on Election Day.
Oh, okay. So you know that and get
So
it. Get
just
it
so
done.
you know that, I actually was just writing those dates. That's how I know those dates.
Cool. All right. Also coming up, if you like the arts, there's a new exhibit coming to the Caldwell Arts Council. It's called Vintage, and they're going to have an opening reception at the Caldwell Arts Council with artist Julie Ratley, and that will be on October 21st, Friday, October 21st, and the show will run until November 23rd. So it's actually, I think, the last exhibit of the year at the Caldwell Arts Council, and you can stop by and see some new vintage art, because that's what the name of the show is, Vintage. So
And
something cool.
Speaking of arts in Caldwell County, we've got to mention Keith Smith and the Hub.
The Hub continues to do dinner theater, and they got the To Kill a Mockingbird is the next production that they've got going on. It's their 31st dinner theater production of the classic To Kill a Mockingbird. It's going to run October 13th through the 22nd. It's 2 weekends, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They don't do Sunday shows. Anyway, that's at 145 Cedar Valley Road in Hudson at the Hub Station. To Kill a Mockingbird is based on the Harper Lee novel of the same name. Tickets are $37 if you want dinner and a show. Tickets are only $19 for the show only. Either way you go, it's a great night out. Tickets can be purchased at the Hub Station box office in person, or you can call them at 728. I'm trying to see my writing because of bad eyes. 728-8871, or you can go to the town of Hudson or the Hub Station website and go to tix.com, Tix.com, and buy your tickets. The dinner will be catered by the Boxcar Grill, which is a little different because they usually have Daniel Boone Inn, but Daniel Boone Inn was busy, is what Keith told me, and so Boxcar Grill is excellent. It's phenomenal, and apparently it's going to be some chicken and mushroom dish or something. He said.
Sounds yummy.
So it sounded good to me, and but anyway, To Kill a Mockingbird, great show, classic show. Go out and enjoy it and have a good time. Usually, like between the acts, like they have a big act break in the middle. And between those, sometimes they have a raffle and stuff like that. They have some other things going on.
And now they
there.
encourage you to go and visit some of the shops on the.
And there's Three Doors Down, which is the adult beverage place that's just down the hall from them. So
it's also really pretty. If you don't drink adult beverage, you might just want to pop your head in and just check out the decor.
I'm sure the other places, down through there will be open, like maybe the Mitford gift shop and maybe the Red Awning Gallery, so you can kind of check some stuff out while you're there. Because they might
Junk
not
Gypsy.
all be there, but there'll be some
of them will be there. Actually,
if they're smart, they'll be.
Actually, Keith tells a story about a lady asking him, said, I know that you say intermissions 15 minutes or 20 minutes. And she said, but I was shopping and I lost track of time. So the lady asked that Keith have someone go down the hall ringing a bell so that they would know when to come back.
Oh, that's really smart.
I don't know if they're doing that, but...
Well, traditional is you cut the lights on and off.
Right,
like,
but if
come
you're,
back and warm your seat up, we're cutting the lights on and off.
if you're down the hall shopping, or
If you're down the hall shopping,
down the hall getting your preferred beverage,
yeah, because you don't want to miss the second act.
no, you want to keep up.
You don't.
I hear that one's pretty good for To Kill a Mockingbird.
It
the
is.
Second act.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, that's always, and you talk about scary stuff. It's got some chills in it. It's got some worrisome stuff in it at some
Some
points.
real life chills.
Well, it's got some real life chills, but there's there's a guy that's in town that's a lot like Jason and Michael Myers. So to give you that kind of,
Goodness.
you wouldn't think Harper Lee would go that way, but she did. She did. It's just-
Apparently.
But it's kind of a classic show because a lot of folks around here have done it. When I was talking to the cast about it, on the show that we've done, there was one girl that's in it that's playing the daughter that gets attacked, and she was telling me I was in a production in Hickory, and I was like, wait a minute, I was in a production in Hickory, and I was like, no, mine was way before she was along. So we had to kind of figure that out, and it was like, oh, okay. So, but a great classic show. So.
Good show. Well, Eric seemed that his were in order. Mine are super random.
But that's what we're just talking.
We're just talking. So, I mean, if you're sitting down with a calendar trying to follow this, bless you. Bless you. It just would be nearly impossible. October 20th. That is your earthquake drill day. It's called the Great Southeast Shakeout.
Okay.
And it reminds you to drop, cover, and hold on. That's what you're supposed to do in an earthquake. I know we don't get a lot of earthquakes here, and
but it seems like Sparta's been going crazy lately.
Yeah, it's been going crazy. So you drop down low, cover with something, and hold on until the shaking stops. But we'll have some more information we're going to be sending out about that.
Hold on to your britches.
Hold on to your britches, kids. Yes.
You mentioned your pants are feeling a little looser there, Eric. You might want to hold on to them.
Hold on.
It's hard to carry takeout with two hands and then your pants falling down because you've lost too much weight.
It really is.
It's a good problem to have.
It's a good problem to have, but it's like, I'm still getting takeout. So
for those of you out there looking for a better job or a different job, Caldwell is back October 13th from 9 a.m. to noon at the J.E. Broadhill Civic Center. Lots of employers there looking for folks, so good chance to look. You may be working, but you want a better job, different job. This is your opportunity.
yeah, if you are looking for better pay, I mean, a lot of folks have been doing that lately. Since the COVID raise that everybody's kind of got. But I mean, Deborah Murray's out there trying to get anybody a job that wants a job. And, there's certain things they always say, and this is what they call soft skills. Leave the kids at home or with a sitter when you go to this thing, because you don't want to have a kid pulling on you screaming because they're bored. And then you want to dress appropriately. You want to shower, comb your hair, dress as nice as you can for these job interviews, and that's half the battle. That stuff right there. Show up on time and be ready to rock and roll, and you'll probably find you something you want to do, because there's always a lot of exhibitors, and then this year I bet there's even more.
There's even more exhibitors. That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
Haven't really talked in depth with Deborah about this, but lots of exhibitors, and it wouldn't hurt if you had a resume ready.
I always have a resume ready and ready to rock and roll. Have enough copies to hand out, and you get copies at the library for what, $25? So you can get a copy of it as you keep it on one page. Be smart, keep it on one page. You only got to pay $25 to get copied. I was going to say you can also preview and go to the Caldwell is hiring on Facebook, and you can kind of see the jobs ahead of time and see if there's something you're really looking for. And there's nothing wrong with going ahead and contacting those people if you really, really want that particular job.
Yeah. Hey, I'm interested in
It
this.
sounds like a good time to be, okay, here's what my resume actually says. Because if you're like me and you did your resume, I don't know, 2 years ago, stuff's changed, and you gotta update that stuff and make sure that it sounds right. Because when they ask you in an interview, like, what does this mean? You're like, I don't know, because I haven't read my resume in 2 years. I mean, you might want to like know what's on it.
If you have one, read it before you go.
It's probably a good idea. Just
And
saying.
you might give it a glance over. If you're worried about it and you need free help of somebody to look at it, you can go to the North Carolina Job Service, which is just behind the Chamber of Commerce. So, which is right beside the J. Burrell Hill Civic Center. So you go to the Civic Center, and then over there you got the Chamber of Commerce, and then in the basement, it really is the basement, I'm sorry guys, but if you pull around to the back of the parking lot, then you can go into Job Service. You can say, hey, I got a resume, can you guys help me? Can you look over this? And they'll help you make a resume there, or they'll critique what you got and kind of tell you might not want to mention this, that time that you were shampooing dogs, you might not want to mention it. I don't know why, but whatever reason you might have. But they might say, that's not really what you're looking for
That's not
for
really
this particular
relevant.
job.
Yep.
Or they can also tell you, hey, we're going to have a job fair for just this one employer, like maybe Lowe's Hardware or something like that. I know they do a lot with Lowe's. And who knows, you can find you a new, better job.
So,
Exciting stuff.
it is exciting stuff. And I'm looking through my list. I think we've covered everything. The only thing I may or may not have mentioned, so if I mention it twice, Gamewell Fire Department, you owe me. Gamewell Fire is having a barbecue on October 15th, starting at 11:30 a.m. And again, they've got this whole drive-through thing. You drive through the bay.
Oh,
you get
yeah,
your food.
that's sweet.
You don't have to get out of the car. It's better than McDonald's drive-through.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
mean,
Probably
see.
speedier.
Yeah.
Probably speedier. Yeah.
Sorry. But, and not only that, you're helping out. It's a fundraiser for the Gamewell Fire Department. Is that right?
Yes.
So, yeah. Hey, you're helping out the fire department. Buy
It's a
new
win-win.
equipment and save people's lives.
And I just thought of one other thing. The Sheriff's Department has started fundraising for their Christmas, where
Yeah.
they do Christmas for kids. So,
Oh, man.
So they
They're on it.
they actually, the officers have the No Shave November, and they can have a beard the entire month of November while they're raising money for these Christmas presents for the kids. So that way the officers get to wear a beard and then raise money for these presents for the kids, and then some of the other officers we saw all of them were wrapping and getting the presents ready in December to give to the kids, and it was really touching. And people were really concerned. I mean, they're like those officers out there. They were measuring how they were going to wrap these things. They were being meticulous. Yeah, they were being meticulous. So that don't look right. And I saw a few of them start over because they, and you're thinking a kid's just going to tear into it.
Yeah.
But no, they were laser focused on that.
their
Well, it'll
kids
look
are-
good for the kiddos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can give them money and if you see an officer with a beard, that's what's going on, and give them a little money, and then you can donate some money and help them out.
Heck yeah. Who didn't want a toy on Christmas? Even I want a toy on Christmas. I'm 25.
Everybody wants a toy on Christmas.
Be honest.
Yeah. we do
Get
like our
something.
toys. Keegan, pumpkins.
Pumpkins. I mean, you got to have a pumpkin. If you don't have a pumpkin for this season, I mean, what are you doing? Mom's already got 2 in the ferns. I mean, they're literally sitting on the ferns. I'm like, you're going to ruin the ferns. She's like, pumpkin's more important.
Really?
Because pumpkin is life right now.
Well, I was thinking actually ferns are life because they'll come back from about anything.
Well, that's
Yes,
true.
that's true.
That's my guess on that. But I did notice at the grocery store that they have like multiple size pumpkins of all varying colors and shapes. So you can get like little white ones to go next to your big ginormous orange one, and then maybe a little green one that's kind of in between, and you could do all that and have your pumpkins. So do you carve one every year, or do you leave it alone? Or
I leave it alone. I'll let
Leave it
nature
alone?
just have it because I don't really want to mess with the innards.
Oh, okay.
That's just a little nasty.
Have you gone to a pumpkin patch?
I haven't actually gone to a pumpkin patch, and I really want to because, it's a very fall thing to do. Go apple picking and pumpkin patching,
Corn maze?
Corn maze, definitely. And then like a hayride, you got to have a hayride and then maybe a haunted attraction.
Yeah,
a little
some kind
scared.
of haunted trail or something.
Yeah.
And I know that Mr. Wilson is having something this year at his farm. I'm trying to think of what all they do, but I know they do like a hayride
Like a
and
fall
some
fest
stuff, like
kinda
a
deal?
fall festival kind of thing.
Cool.
If you want to go out and ride the
And again, you can probably
Ride the
check that
hayride.
out on Facebook. You can
Yeah.
probably find a link to that
once
there.
again. But great folks out there, and go out there and ride the rides and get you a pumpkin.
Are your
all kinds of
kids?
stuff.
Well, one kid is gone.
One kid flew the nest. So
One
we got
kid
one.
flew
we
the
got,
nest.
Yeah. So we got one flew the nest. Another one, he, I don't know what this Halloween holds, but he does like his horror movies and that stuff. So we should have something going on. But one year he was like adamant that we had not ever carved a pumpkin, and I'm like, well, surely to goodness we will get a pumpkin, and we did, and let him carve it. And he was like, this is nasty, and I was, there you go, there you are, sir. And so he was like, this stuff's that looks like brains. He was talking about pulling it out and everything. It's like, I know, it's okay, but I will say that after you have, even if you just have your pumpkin sitting out there and you've not like carved it up, or even if you have carved it up, supposedly you're supposed to take them and smash them in the woods because the animals will eat the pumpkin, which is okay for them, and supposedly the seeds are a natural dewormer. So you can leave it out there. Maybe deer will come and eat it,
Nice.
or raccoons,
to
or
know.
whatever. So you can, if you've got some woods, which most of us have some kind of woods near our property, you can just go and smash that pumpkin out there, and hopefully some critter will eat it, and then But don't put it anywhere that anybody's going to see it and you're going to have to walk on it or anything.
No.
You want it out in the woods.
Yeah, you want your rotten pumpkin out in the woods. That's a good idea. But have you heard about this whole pumpkin chunking thing?
Yeah, where they have like the big slingshot thing that throws the pumpkin. Or are you talking about that?
Yeah, it's like, I think that would be cool.
I just want to be on it.
You want to be
On that thing?
Yeah, and then like there's a big mattress at the end.
Yeah, I would hope so.
I want to know the person who's going to chunk you, Keegan. I mean, I'm thinking
Hey, it won't have to go
you're
far.
not the biggest person I know in the world, but
No, but
I've seen too many Roadrunner cartoons. I don't want to be launched through the air
I
or
don't think that's a
anything.
good idea. Roadrunner advises against that.
Yeah. Wile E. Coyote never seemed to survive properly.
somehow he always, even with a freaking dynamite to his face, he was okay. It's crazy.
I don't think you rejuvenate like that.
Yeah, I don't think he had the healing factor like the coyote does.
You're not a starfish. You can't grow back.
So, but yeah, there's lots going on. It's fall festival time of year.
Fun time of year.
People doing something every weekend. There's something going on every weekend. So,
Most of the time, that involves
Most of the
football, and that's what makes it amazing.
you start heading towards the mountains a little bit, get a little further out from Caldwell County, and everybody's having an apple festival every weekend.
That is
seems like.
true.
And then, of course, you have your apple growers. There's apple farms in Morganton and in Taylorsville and nearby. And in Vashti, there's like Sugarloaf Apple House, and I'm trying to think of the other one. But there's a lot of little, if you're aching for some apples this time of year, you're bound to find them.
And you probably have a favorite type of apple, like your
Honey Crisp.
Honey Crisp. I mean, you don't want to say Golden and Delicious because, well, that's like so commonplace.
Yeah. Honey Crisp is only for a little while, and then it's a very short time period.
What's the orchard you go to? Is there a particular
Well, the one
you
that
like?
I know the best is Sugarloaf because they were advertiser at the other TV station I worked at, and so I knew them so well. But I would just go there, and it's down Highway 16 in Vashti on the way to Wilkesboro from Taylorsville.
Yep.
And great folks out there, great people. And
Perry Lowe's the best in my opinion.
Now what?
I like Perry Lowe.
Yeah, and so that's out that way,
Yep.
is it not?
It's right across the street.
Yeah, right across the
Right
street.
across the street, and
Like I say, there's a bunch of them.
apple slushies. Have you had an apple slushie?
No, I have not.
That is what dreams are made of. Get an apple slushie from Perry Lowe. Get it. I'd say Pink Lady. Get the Pink Lady apple slushie.
Oh, okay. Pink
so
Lady.
good. So good.
But it's just that time of year, so
I like it.
Got the leaves and the stuff, and
Bring out your sweaters.
yeah, get your pumpkin spice and your coffee, and
It is that time of year.
it is that time of year. So, but that's all we, I think that's all we got for this week. But I mean, these are some of the upcoming events and that you could find out more about if you go on Facebook, look around. But we just wanted to chit chat with you and tell us.
Quick Google search, you might find out more.
Yeah, lots of little things going on.
Yeah.
So, all right.
All right. Well, thank you guys for sitting down
You
and
betcha.
talking about things to do.
Things to do in October.
That's right.
Woohoo.
All right. And thank you for watching What's Happening. Or whatever I called this.
That's good.
It
What's
doesn't
happening?
matter.
That's great.
What's happening?
What's happening?
Whatever I called this.
That'll work. What's happening?